Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the Junk Food Zombie channel. I have a quick video for you guys today on the Magpul AK grip and basically why I'm not keeping it. Firstly, I want to say right off, it's not a quality issue. The quality of the grip's great. I think it's a really nice product. I'm actually kind of upset that I'm not keeping it because the quality's all there. There's just a couple design features that I'm not fond of. You may actually like these design features, and this may actually convince you that you do want this grip. So I'm not telling you don't buy this grip or buy it. I'll let you make your own decision, but I'm just going to show you a couple of the observations I've made on why it's not the grip for me. This is your standard AK grip. I have both of them removed to make this easy to switch them back and forth. Everybody's pretty familiar with this thing. This is the old school, no frills stick grip. And here's your Magpul grip. There's some really nice features about this grip. I like the texture on it. The grip texture is really grippy. Very, very good texture. It's got a compartment inside with, they call them replaceable cores. I'm not quite sure what they are. I haven't seen them yet. But it does give you some storage, which is nice because that obviously is not something you get in this. The two main things that I'm not fond of is, if this were a handgun, I guess I'd call it the undercut. If you look at where this grip meets up with the trigger guard, it's about a third of the way up from the bottom of the trigger guard. And basically what that does is it gets your middle finger up in here. You get a pretty good high grip on that, and you got everything up, more compact to the receiver. With the Magpul grip, it comes basically almost all the way down level with the bottom of the trigger guard, and that pulls your hand down a little further. It pulls your trigger finger and your middle finger kind of apart. I'm not really fond of it. It just seems just slightly unnatural to me. It's not a horrible thing. It's not horribly uncomfortable. It's still a relatively comfortable grip to hold. It's just compared to this, it feels a little weird. This feels like everything's nice and tight and compact, and this feels like it's kind of forcing your fingers apart. And it's, like I said, it's a minor thing. It's not like you're going to hold it and be like, whoa, like someone's stretching your fingers apart and it's painful or anything, but it doesn't feel quite as nice to me. The other thing is the grip angle. This is very similar to, not quite as steep as a 1911, but similar to more of the modern handguns. Whereas this is more closely related to like an old M16 A2, the AR-15, the stock, the cheap A2 grips that they come with. It's swept at more of an angle. And the reason that I'm not fond of this, and if you look at my AR, you'll notice I have the Bravo Company grip, which has a more of a, not vertical, but closer to a vertical angle, as opposed to the A2s, which are swept back. You can see if I put this next to it, let me lay it down like this. You can see the difference in the angle at the back of the grip, how the bottom of the grip sticks out more. It's more tilted that way. I kind of like this more vertical grip. It feels nice to me. And that's, like I said, that's a personal thing. Some people like the A2 grip. They like the grip angle on those a lot. They don't like that angle on a grip or this angle on a grip. So that's, if you guys like that steeper angle, or I guess you'd say less steep because it's, more that way, then that might be perfect for you. I think one or the other, neither one of those things bothers me too much. I think the two of them together, that lack of an undercut and that angle there together, just make it not work for me. Everything feels natural with this grip. When you put your, excuse me for a second while I get that on there, the angle at which your fingers lay across this, you just kind of put you down towards the bottom of the trigger guard, so you're not moving your finger much to get to the trigger, and then to get your finger up on the receiver when you want to keep your finger off the trigger. Obviously, when you're not shooting, it's pretty natural to just rest your finger like anywhere around this area. It just naturally fits there. So it's a little bit up. You got to pull a little up to get it up here, and just a little bit down to get it down here. It kind of has a nice neutral position. Whereas with this grip, your fingers, if your palm lays across the back of this, your fingers naturally want to be at an angle like this, which is down here, which means you have to pull your finger up to get it into the trigger guard, which isn't marvelously uncomfortable. It's not that big a deal, but like I said, you're kind of starting to separate these fingers, and then when you want to get it up on the receiver, you're really starting to stretch those fingers apart to keep your finger up here. You really are kind of stretching it because your finger's so far down here because of the lack of undercut and the angle's forcing it like that. So it's just, I think those two things combined make this grip not work for me. Like I said, the quality's great. I put it on there, tried it out, and it's just not for me. But if you guys like that more sloped angle and you like that trigger guard matching up with the bottom of the grip here, I don't see a reason for it to be like that, but that's the way they designed it. They may have had a reason. You know, they're not stupid. They do research when they design things. But if that's the type of thing you guys like, you might really like this grip because, like I said, all the other stuff, the texture is nice. It's a little chunky. I wouldn't mind it being slimmed down a little bit, but it's not bad. I've got big hands. I could see where someone with smaller hands might find this grip to be a little too big. But that's nitpicking, because this one is honestly just a little too skinny. It'd be nice if it was a little more substantial. I mean, this feels almost like you got a broomstick in your hand. So that's just some observations I made, and just so you guys can take a look and say, oh, you know what, I have the same feelings he does, and maybe that grip's not for me. Or you might look at it and say, hey, actually that's stuff I like, so maybe I will get one. Like I said, the quality's there. This isn't to steer you to not buy it or to buy it. It's just to give you a couple observations that I made, and that's it. So I hope that helps you guys out. If you guys had any questions about, you know, the grip and you're interested in buying one, I hope it helps you either way, you know, go that way or not go that way. So you guys have a good one. I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.